This presentation, A Platform for Ministry, is a very small sample of the unique ministry Laurelville is having locally in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
I have been to a lot of camps in my time of being a student and a leader and now working on staff. And there's just something so beautiful about Laurelville, something sacred, something that's a perfect combination of calm and quiet and wilderness, but also so fun and high energy.
The ministry that you guys have here to people in all different denominations of the Christian church is amazing. Power of what you've done since the early 60s until now is just phenomenal, amazing. And I'm glad that I can be a part of it.
I mean, I found Jesus through my 6th grade Laurelville, sitting in the 20 minutes of silence on a rock in the middle of the woods. Because he really does live here, as my dad said.
Laurelville has become a legacy of faith.
Laurelville is I see it as one of those places where church can happen in a non-church environment. Laurelville, one of the first things that comes to my mind is the wonderful setting that exists there. It's truly a gift from God, and a place where people can gather. So that's one of the things that always comes to mind as I talk to people about Laurelville, is the great setting that it offers. And then secondly is the great hospitality that's extended there by the staff and volunteers that are part of Laurelville's ministry. So I think those are the main two things that really define Laurelville and its mission.
My name is Brandy Warburton, and I work here at Laurelville in the dining hall and also in the kitchen. I've worked here for about 4 years now, and I just became an association member. And I became an association member as a way to stay connected to Laurelville.
This is my first time coming to the Laurelville campgrounds, and what I've enjoyed the most is that it feels serene. It's Christ-centered. So as you walk through the campgrounds, there are spiritual themes and spiritual reminders to remind us to remain focused and grounded with Christ. So I've enjoyed that, especially knowing that we're on a youth retreat.
Ever since I first came here, everyone has been so friendly and generous, and I really love it here. I love how I can go hiking, like the outdoorsiness of it. I love all the people I've ever worked with. It's been a great first job. And there's just something about it. Everybody says there's something about it, but it's the atmosphere. It's so welcoming and friendly.
It's just a nice campground. I've been to other campgrounds where we have outhouses, and to have a cabin where everything is just in one central place, it's great, especially when you have little kids with you.
And I feel like even not being Mennonite, it's a very non-judgmental atmosphere. So I feel like I'm still accepted.
One important thing for me was that I met my husband Jeff here. That was 60 years ago. It was boys camp. I was the waitress here that whole summer, and he was the counselor for boys camp. So the very first day of camp, the waitresses voted him the cutest counselor, and the very last day he asked me to write to him, and they say the rest is history.
And I grew up here in Laurelville. I now live in Frisco, Texas, and I've been there actually since 1981. So it's been quite a while since I've been back to Laurelville, and I always enjoy coming. In fact, every time I come back to Mount Pleasant, the second stop I make after my sister's is here. So.
Yeah, so my name is Chad Johnson. I've been a camp counselor for 4 summers, ever since 2013. And then I have been a camper here for about 9 years, since 2003. I'm here for association. I'm leading the games here. We have the Gaga tournament going on this year, and I just love coming to Laurelville for the kids, for nature, it's for me to relax, and I guess just rejuvenate spiritually and physically, and it's a lot of fun.
Great. Jim Millen was a board member in the early 70s who made it possible for Laurelville to hire a full-time community youth worker. Not only did Laurelville's ministry reach out to youth in Pittsburgh, but Jim Millen had a passion for Laurelville's local youth. James Frock is one of many examples of a life changed by Jim Millen's compassion and influence.
I tear up a little bit because this is an emotional time for me, because the things Terry did for us in this neighborhood. Now, I was a firefighter for 30 years. So we don't, you know, I've seen a lot of bad things, and I don't typically cry. I'm not an emotional person, but this, like I said, this means a lot to me. And Terry opened a bridge where there was once a wall. There was a wall around this campground that we didn't feel comfortable in. And Terry built a bridge for the kids to come in. And through Terry, I found what I really enjoy doing, and that's helping people. And that's probably...
Laurelville is truly a platform for ministry.
For me, Laurelville is just really fun, and I get to come with all of my friends and just have a life-changing experience and getting to know God in just a completely different way. And it's really eye-opening for people that might not even know God or do know God, because they can build their relationship more with Him.
Laurelville last year was my first year, same as her, and it was a very life-changing moment in my life where I really defined my relationship with God and how I chose to live my life from that moment on. So just coming back here, like, I revisit those memories, and it's like a lovely experience to have. And it's
From Young Life to Pittsburgh Youth Network, or PYN, and today they are known as Pittsburgh Kids Foundation, or PKF.
Hey, you know, Laurelville, that was our place to be. And part of the neat thing about it was even getting there, going into Laurelville camp, and just getting there was part of the excitement.
The Pittsburgh Kids Foundation, PKF, is a unique ministry to over 1,000 middle school and high school youth. 4 weekends every fall, Laurelville hosts PKF for what is often referred to as Mud Weekend. PKF's goal at Laurelville is connecting students to Christ. Their 5 weekend camps are designed to be safe, high-energy environments that provide students and adult leaders with opportunities to build relationships that will last far longer than the camp experience.
Hi, my name is Emily Locker, and I'm from Pittsburgh, just a little bit north in North Hills. I have been coming to Laurelville for about 12 years now, a couple times 2 or 3 weekends out of the Mud Weekends that we do. And this year I'm actually the program director for Pittsburgh Kids Foundation. And you know, I have been to a lot of camps in my time of being a student and a leader and now working on staff. And there's just something so beautiful about Laurelville.
Well, one of the big things is our students always love playing on the rocks, of course, but I think the biggest thing outside of playing mud football and getting involved in the games is just the conversations that we have around our room, just talking about commitments to Jesus and what that looks like, and those beginning steps of them taking ownership of their faith, not believing in it because mom and dad said that they should believe in Jesus, but believing in it because this is something that that they have taken in for themselves. So it's just been amazing to especially be here in this place, removing yourself from the city, bring them out here to, you know, this country type setting, out in the woods, and just experiencing a completely different type setting where opens up opportunities for these kids just to be open and honest about where they're at in their walk with Jesus. And this place provides an awesome platform and opportunity for them just to open up and be open and honest about where they're at in their faith. So that's one of the reasons why I love this place so much.
I came here as a senior in high school in 1983, and Reed Carpenter was the speaker, and I gave my life to Jesus sitting by the waterfall on a late November night. And I've brought kids here, and now they've got kids here, and those kids have grown up and they've got kids here. This is an unbelievable place. Laurelville, you don't know the extended family that you have outside, all because you let a couple hundred crazy high school or middle school kids run around, get muddy, and hear the gospel. The power of what you've done since the early 60s until now is just phenomenal, amazing. And I'm glad that I can be a part of it.
I love it. Ever since I was in 6th grade, Laurelville's been my home, and anytime I think of a happy place, Laurelville's what I think of. So, yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. It's one of those things that you keep in the back of your pocket, and whenever someone asks you like about a memory or something cool that you did or an experience that like changed your life, it's the thing that I whip out immediately and say like Laurelville changed my life.
Every one of those areas has significance, where my kids will walk past and say, that's my rock, because that's where they met the Lord. That's my tree. That's where I go when I want to be with the Lord. And that's camp wide. And so this place, I believe, truly is blessed.
We can see his reflection in the creation here at Laurelville, just a beautiful campus. But we also get to see the incredible people that work here at the campus, that work here just seasonally and that come through the churches. We get to see who God is through so many aspects of what happens here at camp. And
From the beginning, central to Laurelville's ministry has been to reach out in areas of supporting local congregational life. One example is Laurelville partnering with a unique ministry to youth in the metropolitan Pittsburgh area. In 1963, Laurelville opened its doors to hosting Young Life, a ministry to junior high, high school, and college youth. For 55 years, thousands of youth have been introduced to Jesus Christ. Though there have been name changes, the core message has stayed the same.
I'm going to tell you something that I think has the ability to change your life. I'm going to talk to you about something that has the potential to make you better at life. I'm going to talk to you about something that has changed my life. And that's having a relationship with Jesus Christ. But do not use your freedom to indulge in sinful nature. In other words, people use their freedom to just think about themselves. It's all about me. It's all about what I want. I don't care about anybody else. It's all about me. He says, don't use your freedom to indulge in sinful nature. Rather, keep it simple. Serve one another in love.
The ministry that you guys have here to people in all different denominations of the Christian church is amazing.
It's really exciting to bring kids to a place where I accepted Christ myself.
Laurelville has become a legacy of faith. That's what I would say. It's the fact that the trip hasn't changed. I joke around that, yeah, God's in the churches, but he lives at Laurelville.
As Laurelville prepares for its 75th anniversary, we are reminded that thousands of lives have experienced these facilities referred to as holy ground. Countless groups and traditions have been a vital part of Laurelville's activities. This presentation, A Platform for Ministry, is a very small sample of the unique ministry Laurelville is having locally in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.